Hey guys, I'm back on today and feeling a little bit better, but my voice is not quite back. I'm just going to do a quick little video on the different options of 7 Days to Die. You can spend a lot of time actually just looking at how you want your world to be set up. But first, I just want to take you to. So once you sign in, here let's back out a bit. So I'm on Steam, obviously, and so I have a Steam account, and basically you have to purchase the game in whatever state it's at, and apparently they're going to be coming out with a new Alpha 11. It should have been released, I think they said around Christmas time, but as you can see, as of March 18th, they're still not there, but they have some pretty cool stuff coming in. I read it the other day, and there's, I believe, a hospital and some other stuff they're going to be adding to the map. Anyways, besides that, so once you start the game, once you've purchased it and it's downloaded, etc., and you're good to go, it's going to load, and you have a couple of options. So you can, now I've created a world already. My world's called New Beginning. But if you wanted to start a new game, you can, and there's a couple things you can do here once you get into new game. You can pick first of all, your game mode. So are you going to do like a multiplayer mode or single player mode, or are you just going to do creative? So those are your three options. I like multiplayer. And then you have your game world, and here you can pick the game generated map, which is Nav's Gain, and that's what I'm playing right now, or you can have a random generated map, so that's totally up to you. The bonus of using Nav's Gain is the fact that you can actually go on 7 Days to Die and see what the map looks like and where stuff is situated. So in a way, I guess you can say that's a little bit of a cheat, but you still have to get there and not get killed by zombies. The next thing is you actually give your game mode, your multiplayer game mode, a name. As you can see, mine's called A New Beginning, so I can't create a new one using that same name. But what I wanted to show you was the standard options that that exists. Now, you're not actually looking at the standard options. If it's yellow, that's what I have chosen. So actually, I'm going to go out because I'm going to go into my game for just a second, and because there's a couple things I want to change. So I'm going to go back to continue game, and so this is my game. That's what I've created. So these are my standard options. Percentage at nighttime. If you, oh, first of all, I skipped one. So difficulty settings. I'm in, I guess what you would say is your average or your normal setting. It's Nomad. You can play Scavenger mode, which has 50% night and day. You can play adventure mode, and oh, sorry, the stuff that I was showing there was actually for percentage. I didn't have the right thing highlighted, so sorry for that. So you have scavenger mode, which is the easiest setting. Then you have your adventure mode, and that's for new recruits, or actually it says not just for new recruits. You have nomad, which you know, is like your standard sort of mode to use, and then you can have warrior, which makes your in-game play more difficult. So I just stick with the regular nomad mode. Percentage of night, I think when it first comes up, and actually it's 35% is nighttime, so 30% of whatever time frame you're using for your day is night. I've actually changed it to 20% night, especially when you're in the beginning. I mean, really, what can you do at night other than craft stuff? Not much, because of the zombie hordes. And then I've set my zombie hordes to never run, but I'm not sure what I think, yeah, so the default says that the zombies running and walking condition, that they walk day and run at night. So that's the standard. But I've set it to never run. Now that's just a zombie. So when it comes to the dogs and stuff like that, they do run. So you still have to try and get away from them. Animal aggression, I kept that at normal. Persistent profile on. I'm not even sure what that was. I'm not sure why I changed that. And then in the modded options, this is where it cycles what the 24-hour, what your in-game cycle is for 24 hours, and the standard is 40 minutes. Then if you want, you can go in and select that and make that longer or shorter depending upon what you prefer. Block durability, I didn't change it. That's 100%. Loot, I didn't change that either. Loot spawn, I think the average is it 5 days? Or maybe it was disabled, or 10 days. I don't remember what the average was. Anyways, I changed it to 3 days. So every 3 days, bags that you may find, backpacks or purses, or I'm guessing even trash, that stuff will get recycled. So if you remember where it is, you can go back and see what else appears. Now here's a really cool and important feature, at least I find it's important, is the drop on death. So when I first started playing on the multiplayer and I joined a few dedicated servers, when you die, you lose everything, which really sucks because then you're scrambling again, and with the hordes around you, it's a pretty difficult game to play, and you're at the mercy level of whatever difficult settings they have already set for their game. So for mine, I've decided to set it for when I die, the only thing that drops is my backpack, which means my tool belt, so the inventory screen that comes up at the bottom of, you know, what items are in slot number 1 to, I think it's 8 or 9. I can't remember how many slots you have, but that stays on you. So it's key to put some important items that you want to always have on you in that tool belt area, so that when you die, you do not lose that. You just drop your backpack and you'll have to go back and find it. So I have that set to backpack only. The next item here is drop on quit. So that you can set. I left it at the normal setting, which is nothing. So if when I quit the game, I'm not going to lose anything, but you can't change that to say everything, tool belt only or backpack only. That's up to you. But to me, if you didn't die, then why change that? You should still have everything on you. Next item that you can select is enemy memory. So how long are they going to pursue you for when you're on the run? I think the normal is 40. Sorry, so the normal setting was 60 seconds. I decided to change that to 30 seconds, but that's my personal choice. It's up to you, whatever you wish to set your game for. Enemy spawning, the normal one is medium, and I find medium is it's a lot, so I decided to just take it down a notch, and I've changed it to low. And low, I mean, they're still there, they still come up pretty fast. So there are your settings for the different enemy spawning. So medium was 100%, and if you want to go absolutely crazy, if you've mastered the game and you know how to play it, you can set it higher, but I'd rather have it set at 75% spawn enemy spawn amounts. Then we have craft timer. I didn't change any of that, but you can, if you want to, you can make. So that's when you've got your little craft table set up and you're making, let's say, a gun, or you're repairing a gun, or you're making blocks, or whatever it is you're doing. I have it set at normal time. I don't think it tells you. No, it doesn't. You can set it for faster, which is, I think, almost double the time. If I look at, yeah, it's double the speed of normal. But I left that to normal. Loot timer, I left the loot timer the same. I haven't changed it, but you have options again to change that. Airdrops. So airdrops, there's a plane carrier that flies overhead, and you can change how often you want that to drop. And if you manage to find a box that is dropped, you can get some pretty cool tools or items to help you along, like bandages and health and stuff like that. So sometimes they even have weapons, which is kind of cool, or weapon parts. So if you can find them, that's great. I left mine for every 3 days. So every 3 days, a plane is going to fly by, whether it's near or not. I may not see it. It may not be close by. It could be somewhere else in the map. But it is every 3 days. Then you have your cheat mode. I haven't touched that. I left that normal. I don't intend to cheat on this game. Then you get to the multiplayer section, because I am playing multiplayer. So the thing with me playing multiplayer, because I'm not on a dedicated server, anytime I quit my game is offline. Nobody else can play it. However, when I'm in the game, anyone can join it. I didn't lock my game, and I'm going to get to that right now. So I have friendly fire on, which gives you the option of killing somebody if you wish, like a player, not meaning a zombie, but a player. So I left it on. You could change it to off if you want to, but I think off is your standard. But then it doesn't make the game fun for other people if that's what they wish to do, right? That's not really my thing. I wouldn't randomly kill somebody, especially in 7 Days to Die. The whole point here is to try and survive, and I would say it is a difficult game to play. It takes a long time to get the hang of it, and I am no means a pro at this. I'm just a newbie. So anyways, I left that on. Maybe, you will meet up with somebody and you guys could play the game together. But in any case, I left my game to public. I haven't, have it private. So if you do have a group of friends and you want to keep it private and only your group of friends play that game, then you can do that. But I left mine open to the public. Max players, I have 18. You can have up to 18. I have 8. And as you can see, I never changed it. Actually, you know what? I'm going to change that to say 16. So that's the number of players that can join the game. I don't have a password. So it's no password. And then I didn't change the game ports or anything like that. I have no idea what this Natch punch through is. I meant to look that up. No clue, but I'll look it up and see what it is. And then you have claim size. So if you have one of those land claims, this will tell you the size that you can have. Now, as you can see, the normal size is 7 by 7. I have 31 blocks, so mine's 31 by 31. And then you have the claim dead zone, which means if you have a land claim, somebody cannot place their land claim X amount of boxes from you, and I left it at the 30 box, but you can't change that. There's options there to change them as well. So you have 7, 11, 13, 15, and 31 box as your claim size. Now the claim duration, I think it was set for, hold on a second, where is it? Claim duration. Claim duration, I think, was set to 5 days. So 3 days. So 3 days is the claim duration when the player is offline. So if you're offline, you have 3 days to sign back in so that your land claim doesn't expire. So I changed that. I changed it to 10 days, and that's fine. And then claim decay mode, I think it was set to slow. I have none. So it's not going to decay in time, but if you don't get back onto the server in X amount of days, then it will decay. Claim health online. Now this piece here, you can have it set to infinity. Now, so this is for your land claim. I changed mine to, I think it was set to something like 4 times. I think 4 times was the standard. Sorry, I'm having a little bit of issues there. Yeah, so 4 is your standard for both health online and health offline. I've increased that to 16. So that's it as far as setting up your game for multiplayer. And I guess it's going to be slightly different if you're playing your game in single player mode, but that's how you would set it for multiplayer. So I'm just going to go back. The other interesting thing on here is options. So if you go into options, you can obviously control your video, how you want it set to. So resolution, your texture, water reflection, and all that sort of stuff. You want it full screen, your depth, your view distance. Now, I haven't changed any items on here. Actually, the only thing I did add was enable image effects. So I'm not sure what that is yet. I'll find out when I continue playing my first day, but I haven't, so I'm not sure what that does. Then you have your audio. If you're recording, this is key. You'd want to come in here and you do want to modify it because you don't want the sounds in the background to drown out your speaking voice or level. So so I've reset everything, and so those. Oh, and you can have chat enabled. So that is a good feature in this game. So if you have a buddy on the game with you, if you press the V button, you can communicate with that person, but that person has to be, I think, a friend in your list, and I'll get to that when PJ and I are playing together. Player profile. So if you go onto here, you can actually, this is where you change what you look like. So I've already done my edit for how I look in the game. So you have your body ratios, and then it gets more in depth when you have your head ratio. Yeah, so you can spend quite a bit of time trying to make the game look like you. So yeah, so that's, and you have the option of hair, color, eye, and then all these different options that, excuse me, like I said, can take a bit of time. So I just wanted to show you quickly what all that is. So I'm okay with my name. Oh, and when I first started playing the game, I was playing the game under Sasha, not my in-game name. So I decided to change it to my in-game name. Certain features, I believe, aren't ready yet, like create a world. That's coming up in a different release. Now, connecting to a server, you can go on here, and these are dedicated. Well, I shouldn't say they're not all dedicated servers. Some are, some aren't, but you can definitely go on and play some of these. Now, the only downfall to playing a game that's already been on for I don't know how long, and I'm not sure if this tells you how long the game has actually been in play, is the fact that you don't know what their settings are, so you don't know how often stuff is going to respawn. So are all the good stuff taken? I was playing Phantom Brigade for a while. I'll probably go back and do another video of somebody else's server as opposed to mine. But I mean, it tells you how many people are playing that one. Right now there's three out of 6. Omega PvP. This one here, there's up to 20 people can play that one. So, I mean, there's a whole lot of them here. And obviously you can create your own. Mine should be in here somewhere. Actually, mine's not even started. But if mine was started, you would see it listed here. And then somebody else would be able to join my game. So, and as you can see, there's different, you can just cycle through on the different pages and see exactly how many games there are here. So yes, so that's basically what I wanted to show you. So, well, I guess that's it. Credits, that's just, you know, the fun pimps. I didn't realize how many folks it actually took to create this game, but it's pretty cool to see. And so that's all the credits of everyone who made the game, to people who, you know, did the artwork, etc. So cool. And that's it. So I'm going to end there because I'm going to go ahead and now continue playing my game. So thanks again for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe.